Here to do an album ranking. Well, obviously, if you see the thumbnail, you know who I'm album ranking, don't ya? I'm album ranking Motley Crue. I can't say they're one of my all-time favorite bands, but I do like a number of their songs. I saw them in concert twice. They're currently celebrating their 40th anniversary this year. They've only put out 9 studio albums as a band. So, what is that? That's like an album like every 4 years, 4.5 years, almost. So, not that big an output. Got a few greatest hit sets where they put some pretty good songs on there, mind you. It's supposed to be my Mick Mars hat. Underrated guitarist, never really gets his due. But why don't we just jump into this? See, Motley Crue formed in '81 in L.A. Nikki Sixx, Vince Neil, Mick Mars, and Tommy Lee. Probably 4 of the more famous names in rock and roll, right up there with Zeppelin, the Beatles, the Stones. I don't even think people can name all the Stones. You can name all the Motley Crue, yet they're not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Once again, what's up with that? It says 100 million albums sold, 30 singles, 30 million albums sold just in the U.S. Haven't put an album out. Ironically, tomorrow is the anniversary of their last studio album. Saints of Los Angeles was released June 24th, 2008, 13 years ago. Go figure. They did a whole thing where they retired and they came back. They did a movie, which is actually quite entertaining, called The Dirt, which is based upon their book, which I would suggest you go out and read. That's about as rock and roll as you get. Rock and roll in a sense of debauchery, should I say. But anyway, let's start off with the albums. And now, this is just my personal ranking. This is my preference of this band, and we'll get to the points where I saw them in concert. Let's roll. Okie dokie. We have at number 9, Generation Swine. I just put that on there. I just happened to like the photograph of the band there. I thought it was kind of cool. But that's the actual album cover, which is pretty cool too in itself. It's a weird album, man. It's weird. I like the song Afraid a lot. Generation Swine's pretty good. Glitter. This album was released in June 24th of 1997. Once again, another anniversary date. So what is that? That's 24 years ago that album was released. Tomorrow. Want to go figure. It went top 5 in the U.S. I really wasn't listening to much Motley Crue at that point. I was more into alternative and grunge and stuff like that. And I think that's kind of where they wanted to go with this record. But there you go. Number 9, Generation Swine. Number 8, their last release, anniversary, also 13 years ago, Saints of Los Angeles. This is a pretty cool album. Went top 5 again. The song Saints of Los Angeles is pretty epic. And of course you got Animal and Me is pretty badass. What's It Gonna Take? Down at the Whiskey I like. It's a good album. Maybe I should give it another listen. It might rank higher. But, I don't know. Motherfucker of the... That's a pretty fun song. But Saints of the song, the title track is pretty kick-ass. But anyway, that's number 8 for me. And then at number 7, we got this. Theater of Pain. This, I've tried to listen to this. Obviously, it has Home Sweet Home on it. It's got City Boy Blues, which is a pretty good kicker. Smoking in the Boys' Room. And, but that's it. There's a lot of filler on here. This was their so-called glam era, as you can see. The scarves and all kinds of weird stuff. Did see him on this tour. Did see them on this tour. I think they had Rat open up for them. I saw them at the Garden. Good show. Good show. Actually, I think I saw them 3 times. No, I saw them with this one. Is it 2 or 3 times? Every time I saw them was at the Garden. I saw them open up for somebody. I can't remember exactly who. Might have been Judas Priest. But that was for the Shout at the Devil tour. Yeah, so I saw them for Shout at the Devil, I saw them at Theater of Pain, and I saw them for the Girls tour. I don't remember who opened up for Girls. But anyway, I digress. Okay, we jump down to number 6. This is an album that's not oft mentioned because it doesn't have Tommy Lee in it. It's New Tattoo. I just listened to this the other day because I had never actually listened to it before, but I figured let me pick it up. It wasn't a hell of a lot of money. So I got it. And Hell on High Heels, pretty good song. I kind of liked it. I liked it a lot, actually. New Tattoo is a great song. What else we got on here? I don't remember most of the song titles because I just listened to it for the first time. Hollywood Ending, that's a pretty cool song. It's mellow. Porno Star, White Punks on Dope, which is a cover. But yeah, I don't know. I liked it. So that comes in at number 6 for me, surprisingly. What's up next? Number 5. We're heading into the top 5. That would be this album. This is when Vince Neil left, and they had the other singer. What's his name? I can't remember his name offhand. Let me see. I should have prepared better. Oh well. But this is a good album. Hooligan's Holiday, Misunderstood, complete direction change for the band. Oh yeah, John Corabi, talented guy. I like this album. This is a good album, man. Really good album. Yeah, good album. Oft not talked about. Hooligans, like I said, Hooligan's Holiday, Misunderstood, Power to the Music, Uncle Jack, the whole. It's a good one. Number 5 for me. Number 4, we have 1987, Girls. Went to number 2. Obviously, you know the big hits off here. Wild Side and Girls. But Dancing on Glass is really good. 5 Years Dead, All in the Name of, You're All I Need. This is a good album. I gave it another listen the other day, and it came in at number 4 for me. Big seller for them, too. 4 million sold. Now, number 3 for me would be for most people, their magnum opus, Dr. Feelgood. This is after they kind of cleaned up their act. After, and you got Dr. Feelgood, you got A Slice of Your Pie, Kickstart My Heart, that's when Nikki Sixx died. Apparently died several times. Read the Dirt, or read his other book, The Heroin Diaries. This was their first number 1 album, and their last number 1 album, and their biggest selling album. When did this came out? September 1st, 1989. 32 years ago. Yeah, 32 years ago. I remember when this came out. This was something else, man. This was good. 6 million copies. Lots of singles on here. Time for a Change is good. Don't Go Away Mad. Same Old Situation. Without You. That was another top 10 hit from big album. Okay, that was number 3 for me. And number 2 would be their debut. Now, I got into this like around 82. This came out in 81. So I kind of got into Motley Crue right before Shout at the Devil came out. But this is a great album. It's almost like a punk album. This is a good Live Wire, Public Enemy, Merry Go Round, Piece of Action, Too Fast for Love, Toast of the Town, which was never originally on here, but it is on this remastered one. This is a badass album. You just gotta love the cover. This is pretty metal at the time. They would punk metal right then and there. Then we got, of course, Shout at the Devil. Shout at the Devil was like a 1983. This was one of the biggest albums that year of 83. This was huge. It's this, I think Peace of Mind and Defenders of the Faith. I'm not sure if that was 83 or not. But there was a lot of metal coming out. You know, there was just good music. I mean, I like Synchronicity by the Police that year, too. There was 83 was a good year, man. This, kick-ass. It's got also my all-time favorite Motley Crue song on here. That's why I had to pick it. Knock 'Em Dead Kid. I just love the riff of that song. That's like one of their best songs. But of course, you know, it's got In the Beginning, Shout at the Devil, Looks to Kill, Bastard, Helter Skelter, Red Hot, 10 Seconds to Love, Danger, Knock 'Em Dead Kid. Too young. Again. But anyway, as I was saying, this is my number one album from them. That's the back cover. $8.99 CD warehouse. I don't even know where I got this. I've had it for quite a while. So this is the album that broke Motley Crue, obviously. It didn't go top 10, but it was a big album for them. So there you go. On a side note, they have had a plethora of greatest hits albums. I got 2 of them, but I had Decade of Decadence, which has got one of their best songs on it, which is where is it? Primal Scream. That's Primal Scream, kick-ass. So this was one of their other greatest hits albums. I think this came out, when did this come out? Let me see, 2009. 2009, this came out right after their last studio album. Pretty good. It's got a pretty good, and then of course I picked this up because I do like the song The Dirt, Machine Gun Kelly. But that's the guys who portrayed them in the movie The Dirt. That was the album. That was the book cover of their best-selling book. It's a fascinating read. But there you go. And they also had Red, White, Blue, Decade and Decadence. Not Red, White. What was it called? Red, White, something or other. Let me see. Red, White, and Crue. That came out 2005. That had some good songs. If I Die Tomorrow. Stuff like that. But anyway, so there you go. There. My number 1. My number 2, their debut. My number 3, their big seller, 89. Rounded out to 80s. Number 4, Girls. Number 5, their album Without Vince and John Corabi is singing. That's number 5. Number 6, New Tattoo, their oft-forgotten album, never mentioned. Theater of Pain, their glam album from 85, I think it was. Yes, June 21st, that's kind of an anniversary. A lot of June releases. Their last album, Saints of Los Angeles, and then, of course, Generation Swine. So there you go. There's my little thingy for Motley Crue. Hope you enjoyed. Leave some comments below. Maybe you don't like the band, maybe you do. But Nikki Sixx says the guy who does the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame told him they will never be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Why, I do not know what the bias is there. Maybe they wait till they die. But, you know, we can get Biggie and Tupac in on the first shot. Or maybe we'll celebrate some record owner who screwed everybody out of their royalties. That's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. A bunch of twats. It's ridiculous, man. But anyway, I digress.